So, here is your starting grid for the pre-final. Yuri Klebo and Nico Guillaume. Small Belgian front row lockout. Front end. 54 thousandths after time qualifying earlier on today. Brett Otters and Imke Arts on row 2. Sem Knopjes and Axel Goes, row 3. Jesse Spans and Lisanne Kielstra, row 4. It's an all DD2 Masters, row 5, completing the top 10. Bas van Vlimmeren and the legend that is Mr. Christoph Adams. Giel Bronder and Mark van der Kamp, row 6. Row 7, Dominic Ummels and Wim Goulot. Row 8, Carl Klebo from Belgium, the 540, Baker Extraordinaire. He'll be lining up alongside the 522 of Niels Beuler with Maurice Knopjes, Derek van Kurt, Christophe Lasso, Ton van Weert, Ronan Lasso and Rick van der Straat. Van der Straat was classified last as he was found to be underweight post-qualifying this morning. So there is a little bit of sunshine trying to burst through the cloud cover overhead. So this will be a very close fought affair. So, another final corner, into the tram lines, revs rise, and it's the first full start of the day. Now, you're probably wondering, folks at home, why are we using the Dutch national flag rather than a traditional green flag? Well, it's a little bit of patriotism and national pride. So, the Dutch national flag will effectively be our starting flag, unless we have a full course yellow, and then we go back to green flag racing conditions. So the reason being is that the lights on the start-finish straight are not always compliant, let's say. But at least it's a surefire way that when the drivers know we've got a race on our hands, the Dutch national flag will be waved. And that's a nice touch. It's like, say, at Paul Fletcher International. If the lights on the gantry fail, the Union Jack is then waved to start the field off in earnest. So a total of 22 drivers. Now, I did mention before that if we have 2 full starts, we have a red flag situation. Our race director, Michael, will then come and speak to the front row, and then the timer, once that red flag happens, the timer will start. And we've already had that earlier on this season at the opening round at Karting NK2 Berghem. So Yuri Klebo and Mr. Uno Mas and Nico Guillaume on the front row. If the race director is not happy, we're going to have a red flag straight away, and that clock will start ticking. It's a great initiative, a great rule. Okay, into the tram lines, revs rise, and the Dutch national flag gets us underway, and Nico Guillaume round the outside of Yuri Klebo into turn 1. Did he get through? He did. Good move there by the 444. Klebo could lose out very, very quickly if he's not careful. Some drivers getting a bit lunge happy into turn 4, but Guillaume went towards the outside, carried the momentum through. Klebo just decided not to fight it. You don't want to have a massive moment there at turn 1. And that just goes to show how quickly, if you make that right decision, it puts you on a better foot forward rather than making rather than it being a drama and then you find out you're out before you've even completed the first lap. So keep your eyes on what happens over the next few laps. There's going to be an attempt into turn 1 a little bit further back. But second's going to change. Klebo loses out to Otters. Has Imke Arts got through? Yes, she has. And there's more defensive Sem Knopjes trying to get through on Yori Klebo looks like Lizan Kjelstra, who's also made up a couple of positions, is also not too far behind. So Yori Klebo, along with Father Carl, yeah, Klebo's just really just trying to go very much on the ultra defensive, and that sometimes can actually hurt your performance and hinder it a little bit, as opposed to it being, you know, working in your favour. So Guillaume leads by 0.3 of a second after the opening lap. Otis puts in 45.510. Looks like Moritz Knopfjers, father of Sem, who spent 4 years in the UAE. So, right, there's going to be a change. Guillaume gets launched up the inside, but he fights back. Brilliant work there by Guillaume. Last year's B&L Karting Series, well, BMC champion, Belgian Max Challenge, fighting over former teammate Maxime Dirix, who was running in the Prototype Winter Series with Gebhard Motorsports in the LMP3 class. Dirix has also raced for a multitude of years in DD2. Look at the fight behind, and you can see that Christoph Adams, I saw that a mile off, good sir, gesticulating as if to say, oh, come on. Well, words to that effect with Christoph. It's 3 wide outside of the... Oh, as MK Arts gets a bit brave through into turn 2, and that's second place. And Otis loses out to Imke Arts, who's now in second. Third, it's Klebo. Fourth, it's I think it might have, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but wait to see who comes across the start-finish line first. I know it's Guillaume who's leading. Guillaume, Arts, Klebo, Knopfjers, Otters. Then it's Bas van Vlimmeren who's leading the way in the DD2 Masters classification, and we've had a big incident on the start-finish straight. Big incident. One car in the barriers, driver leaning back in the seats with 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Full course yellow. Full course yellow has been employed straight away. It was a big incident, so it slowed down, single file, prepared to stop, no overtaking. Full course yellow has just been brandished on the start-finish straight. So full course yellow, race has been neutralised. So they've got to slow down. Full course yellow, slow down, no overtaking. Driver being attended to. It's the 422. Lizan Kjelstra. And I'm wondering if the other kart that might have been involved was possibly Rick van der Straat on that one. Lizan Kjelstra was running strongly in 7th at that point. I'm not sure. Lizan Kjelstra is being attended to by the marshals. That was a big hit on the left-hand side of the start-finish straight coming out of the final corner. So it neutralises the race. And we still have just under 5.5 minutes to go, plus 2 additional laps. So Nicolas Guillaume leads the way ahead of Inke Arts. Yori Klebo, Sem Knopfjers rounds out the top. Red flag has been issued. Red flag. Race has been stopped with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. That is a red flag stoppage. I had a feeling that might be the case, so the drivers will be lining up on the start-finish line. Red flag. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go due to a massive incident on the front start-finish straight. Lizan Kjelstra being attended to by the marshals. So red flag has been issued. Drivers will now get out of the car. Oh, hang on. Right, okay. Michael, our race director, is telling them to now I'm wondering, are they going to call it? We were over 50% of the race completed. So they're actually pulling them because the right. Very good foresight there by Michael. They're actually getting them away from the start-finish straight, which is where the incident is. So a very hard hit there for Lizan Kjelstra on the start-finish straight. So marshals are on the scene as we speak. So red flag stoppage in the DD2 and the DD2 Masters pre-final with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and they've stopped them just on the outskirts of the entrance into turn number 5. So, Nicolas Guillaume, Imke Arts, Jordi Klebo, Sam Knopfiers running at the top 4. Brett Otters, who at one point was running in the front end of the field, currently P5. Axel goes in 6. Bars van Vlimmeren leads the way in DD2 Masters ahead of Gil Blonder. They round out the top 8 with Jesse Spans and Christoph Adams, who's just got out of his kart. And, oh, right, he's talking with... Who is he talking with? That is Wim Rouleau. So, yeah, I think at the moment, yeah, there's a discussion going on there. Mark van der Kamp in 11th, Wim Rouleau, Dominic Hummels, Carl Klebo, Ronald Lasso, Christophe Lasso, Derek van Kurt, Ton van Viert, Niels Böhler, and Rick van der Straat are the 20 drivers that are still running. Of course, yeah, all I can just let you know is the ambulance is on the start-finish straight at the moment as the medical team are attending to Lisanne Kielstra. She looked to be very much responsive, so once I have any further information. But yeah, red flag stoppage on the pre-final for DD2 and DD2 Masters with 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. So now, after a lengthy delay, engines are fired back up for the resumption of the pre-final for DD2 and DD2 Masters. Looks like Lisanne Kielstra was able to walk away from the medical team under her own steam, so good to see her back on her feet and able to make her way back to the paddock area. But we are about to get underway. We have a significant delay as a result of the incident and also the subsequent medical attention. So we'll be back under full racing conditions. Of course, it's going to be full course yellow at this moment. They're going to put them around under the same side of things, but it will be a case that next time around we will be going to a couple of laps of racing remaining, whether we stay under full course yellow and then call time on that. It is going to be the fact that we will be put to the final 2 laps, of course, with the delay that we have had. This is lap 6 of what will be a very much shortened pre-final for these drivers. We still have KZ2 Masters and KZ2 after this one to go. So the green flag is being readied on the start-finish straight here at the Eurofinal version of this 1,100 meter Circuit Park Berghem layout. It will be Nico Guillaume from Belgium ahead of Imke Arts and Jordi Klebo. They will be the top 3. So they come out of turn number 10, and then we'll head into turn 11. It will be down to Nico Guillaume to get things back underway. Revs rise, green flag, and we're back underway. 2 laps to go, so 2.2 kilometers remaining. As Guillaume leads the field down into turn 4, it is going to be a little bit of desperation setting in for some of the drivers to try and make overtakes in the final few moments of this race. So the timer, which was at 5 minutes 10 when we stopped with the red flag, we have basically gone on to 1 lap of formation and then 3 laps of racing, just to try and catch up a little bit of time. So it could be a very much a rapid fire situation, reference the remainder of the races. Well, actually, looks like the timer has been reset, so 4 minutes and 8 seconds plus an additional 2 laps to go. The timer did restart at 5 minutes 10. Dive up the inside, that's for 4th. Great anticipation there by Sem Knopfiers, who got through on Brett Otters. And then that is, I think that might be Axel Goes. Yes, the 455 got through. Otters gets back through on Knopfiers, who's now defending. And that might be, yes, it spans behind. Right with them is the 552 of Bas van Vlemmeren, who is the current DD2 Masters race leader. Line astern between Guillaume, Arts and Klibor at the front end. Klibor dropping about 2 to 4 kart lengths behind the second place driver as they come across the line. That's lap 8 in the books, lap 9, and Imke Arts is really trying to pressurise Nico Guillaume into an unforced error. She dives up the inside through turn 4 to take the race lead and gets through. Great anticipation by Imke Arts, and Yuri Klebol looking up the inside of Guillaume into turn 5. Guillaume shuts the door firmly on the 440. That's going to allow Axel Goes and Brett Otters to get through. So we have 20 drivers still circulating. Looks like we might, I'm not too sure. I did see a green flag wave, so I'm not too sure if there was a yellow flag situation on the post beforehand. Derek Van Kurt has got past Christophe Lessort. Christophe Adams has moved up to second in DD2 Masters, having got past Gil Bronda on the restart, and now we'll start to try and chase. Well, actually, Christophe Adams is now ahead of Bas van Vlemmeren. So Christophe Adams, all right, move for third. And that was Axel Goes, has got through on Yuri Klebor, but Brett Otters went through at the same point at turn 4. So the 410 now finds himself up into third place. Axel Goes in fourth. Yuri Klebor demoted down to fifth. And Axel Goes and Brett Otters go side by side. That was very close indeed, but Otters gets through. Axel Goes tries to launch it up the inside through turn 10, and he gets caught out, and there's a touch between the pair. Klebor gets through, Knopfiers gets through. The floodgates have opened coming out of the final corner. And now Christophe Adams is right with Jesse Spans. Bas van Vlemmeren is right on the tail of the number 555, who goes for a lunge up the inside. Shades of old Christophe Adams. He's been through the ringer as the 555 over past recent months. As you know, started chemotherapy for cancer treatment, and 2 weeks in, he was back in the kart. He's always a happy man behind the wheel. So great to see that his experience exudes volumes and also just showcases how quickly things can change. There has been a change in front. I think that was Jesse Spans making up a move. They are all squabbling away. Christophe Adams leads DD2 Masters and is 6th overall. Sam Knopfiers up the inside. That's on Yuri Klebol. That was a great move there for 4th place. Imke Arts and Nicolas Guillaume. They are battling away over the race lead. 45 seconds to go, plus 2 additional laps. Arts has got the lead. Guillaume wants that back. 2 to 4 kart lengths. Let's not forget, Imke Arts has had plenty of success over the years in the DD2 class. She's qualified for Team Netherlands on a multitude of occasions and is looking to give the young upstart behind her something to think about. Guillaume thought, well, this might be plain sailing. Imke Arts has said otherwise. Penultimate, last lap under the timer, because we're 15 seconds away from hitting 0. Bas van Vlemmeren has retaken the lead in DD2 Masters ahead of Christophe Adams, and it's now about 3.5 tenths of a second between them. So timer hits 0 as we head through to turn 6. So about probably the best part of 3 kilometres of racing left to go. Imke Arts leading the way in the 4-2-1. Decided to switch from the traditional Birrell ART that she's been piloting for the last few years, and now she's gone to Kart Republic machinery, and it really has paid dividends. Through the final corner, penultimate lap underway. Axel Goes is in 3rd. Who's in 4th? Sem Knopfiers, Yuri Klebor in 5th. Bas van Vlemmeren pulling a gap over Christophe Adams. It's not much, it's 2.5 tenths of a second. Sam Knopfiers battling away with Yuri Klebor for that 4th position on the grid for the final a little bit later on. But Imke Arts doing exactly what she needs to do, holding off Nicolas Guillaume. But Guillaume getting a little bit closer in the braking zone. Of course, this is the first season, as I said, that Imke Arts is using, has switched to a different chassis in comparison with Birrell Arts, and now on Kart Republic chassis. Right, 1.1 kilometres remain. Last lap underway. Guillaume in the slipstream of Imke Arts going through turn 1. Will he decide to go for a late move? Decide to hit the anchors a little bit later than MK Arts. Well, at the moment, as they head into turn 5, Guillaume thinks, no, I'm not going to chance it here. Might go for a drag race across the line. But MK Arts doing exactly what is required. Hitting every apex, hitting every braking point, accelerating when required. And also making the back bumper of that 421 entry as wide as humanly possible. One more corner remains, and winning the DD2 and DD2 Masters pre-final overall, it's MK Arts, as Nico Guillaume goes very, very wide out of the final corner. It is 0.134 at the flag. Bas van Vlimmeren, in the meantime, picks up the win in DD2 Masters by just 2/10, ahead of the veteran himself, Mr. Christoph Adams, 6th and 7th, respectively. So MK Arts, after 15 laps of racing, wins ahead of Nicolas Guillaume. Axel rounds out the top 3. Sam Knopfius with a late lunge through into turn 4, gets through later part of the race on Jordi Klebor. Bas van Vlimmeren and Christoph Adams round out the top 7. Giel Blonder completes the top 3, taking 8th ahead of Jesse Spans, with Mark van der Kamp rounding out the top 10. Rick van der Straat, Wim Hoelo, Dominic Hummels and Carl Klebor with Ron Lesaur rounding out the top 15 overall. Niels Böhler, Christophe Lesaur, Derek van Kurt and Ton van Weert round out the 19 that finished the race. Unfortunately, Brett Otters out of the race on lap 12. So was there contact and caused the 410 to retire? Of course, Lisanne Kielstra out on lap 3, which prompted the red flag. Maurice Knopfius not taking the start of the race. So DD2 and DD2 Masters now in pit.